If your best friend is a monkey, why then is your cap still hung on a tree and you can't retrieve it? That was a profound statement that took me days to digest. When I was able to digest it, I fully understood it. What led to the statement? In 1996, my good friend and I and brother, Tunde, we were trying to find our way in life. And so one of the things we did was to try to do a training program for a particular organization. That organization was headed by a member of my family, someone whom I believed I was very close to. At least by blood ties, we were very close. He gave us this job and encouraged us to go ahead and do it. They were not going to pay any money until we had finished doing the training. We finished the training. They acknowledged that it was successful. The reports that came from the training were good, but then we didn't get paid. So we kept struggling to get paid. And each time I spoke to this family member, who is the head of this organization, he kept telling me, go and meet the head of the department responsible for medicals, where this training emanated from. He's the one that has been delaying your payment. I think after a while, the man got a bit tired of my ignorance and persistence. He tried in different ways to make me realize that the thing was beyond him, and that actually the person who may have been stopping my payment was actually my own relative, who was the last person in charge, the chief executive of that organization. Because he worked under my own relative, he couldn't come out openly to tell me that this is where your problem lay. So he told me that proverb. He said, I will speak to you in a proverb, and I hope you will understand that this will be my last time of discussing this matter with you. And he said to me, young man, if your best friend is a monkey, why is your cap still hung on a tree and you can't retrieve it? Because ordinarily, it is easy for a monkey to help you get on the tree and retrieve your cap. Or that monkey is not your best friend. What is the moral of this lesson for me? Sometimes we refuse to understand the real value that people place on us. We know the value we place on ourselves, but what is the real value that people place on us? Many times, we don't know that the people we are dealing with do not rate us as much as we rate ourselves. And one of the ways by which you can understand is in the way they respond to you. Sometimes you find yourselves in relationships, whether between your clergyman and yourself, your boss and yourself, your friend and yourself, relatives, whatever. Relationships where you keep giving and they hardly give back. There are many instances where the people you are dealing with, whether they are rich men, poor men, leaders in any way around you, keep ensuring that you keep giving to them. But for them to respond by giving back to you, it becomes extremely difficult. There's always one excuse or another. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to begrudge them. You just need to genuinely understand the situation. Relationships are like contracts. There is always consideration to be furnished by each side, meaning each side has something to do to sustain the relationship. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 85-15. However, it is hardly ever 100-0. So when you're in a relationship where you expect and you know that some things that you actually do need is within the reach and grasp of this person to whom you feel so committed, yet for one reason or the other, sometimes that are weak and inexcusable, you realize that you are not getting the considered consideration from that other person. Please think deeply and understand your true position in that relationship so that tomorrow you do not live a life of regret. Sometimes, because we didn't properly understand where our problem came from, we are usually unable to give the proper solution to our problem. The places you refuse to look at may be where the challenges are coming from. And I'm not talking about being unduly suspicious. Understand your value to yourself and appreciate the value that is placed on you in any relationship you are in, and confront the truth and respond appropriately. That, for me, is the moral of the proverb that wise old man told me. If your best friend is a monkey, why then is your cap still hung on a tree and you can't retrieve it?